everybody. Namaskar. This is Shanti from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I just wanted to say hi, hello. Today is my off, and I decided to talk to you guys. I told you I'll make a small video. It's windy and cold. It's evening here, and beside me is the river Arkansas. You know, this is a big river. It starts from Colorado as a small stream. Like in Arunachal, you have that Siam River. It's like that. So here it looks very flat. And this is south part of Tulsa. Okay, today I want to tell you all. I just don't want to start like that, but I was born and raised in Infal. My mother was the Kuki tribal, and my father was a Meitei Hindu, and both of them were not educated. I'm the eldest of 7 brothers and sisters. My dad used to joke and call us, hey, number 1, number 2, you know, because we were so many of us. Actually, you know, my dad and mom, they wanted a son, you know, but they got me as their eldest born. I can't help it. My dad always used to say, oh my gosh, mera beta bada beta hota. But you know, I used to feel very, very resentful when he said that. I'm a daughter, you know, daughters and sons are same. Anyway, I grew up in Infal. We have 5 sisters and 2 brothers. My dad used to run a second-hand store. That was his only livelihood. My mother used to work hard, and she was a homemaker, housewife. She used to make the, you know, the mekhala. The tribal ladies used to make mekhala, so she used to make her own for a long time. But later on, it became very difficult. You know, her back hurt and all that. Well, I did not grow up in a rich family. My mom and dad struggled to, you know, maintain the household and keep us all alive, and we survived. And just to make it short, my dad ran a second-hand store in Infal. He was selling second-hand stores, so we grew up wearing second-hand clothes. It's not bad. And I started my schooling in a convent school up to class 4 in Infal. It was called Nirmala Bus School. That school had no high school because it had classes only up to class 4. And me and my younger sister, we were both in the same class because she got double promotion and came to be with me in the same class. And the sisters, I mean the school nuns, they loved us because we were good students, and my parents could not pay the school fees. You know, at that time it was only rupees 15 per month. My dad, I told you, he's not educated. He was just running a second-hand store, and was trying to maintain our family. I finished the school up to class 4 in this Catholic school, and then all my other friends, you know, they all belong to rich middle class families. They all went to the other, the boys, my classmate boys all went to the Don Bosco school, and the girls went to the girls school. It's called Little Flower English School. I also got admission in that school, but my father and mom just didn't have money to pay for the school bus, so we had to abandon the idea of attending this school. So they put me and my sister to a government high school. It's called Adim Jati High School. It's meant for all the scheduled tribe and scheduled caste students of Manipur. I mean, mostly in Infal. Many of the students came from villages and all that. But I'm thankful for my high school because that's where I learned. So many people from different villages of Infal, Manipur, outer Manipur, not outer Infal. They all came to be in this high school. Some of them stayed outside the school in rented homes, and I was just wondering how they managed to come to school, you know, working hard in the paddy field and then coming to attend the school. That was really, really an eye-opener. My passion for people loving people started from this high school, because I used to be very curious. How did you all, I asked my classmates, how did you all come to the school after doing the paddy field and all? They used to come in the minibus and school buses, so it was a really eye-opening experience. Okay, I finished my high school there, and my parents, they could not afford to send us to college. I started teaching like the kindergarten, nursery school. In my high school, they had a junior wing, so the teachers tried to help me out. So they offered us a part-time job teaching the kindergarten school children, and I taught for about a year. And my sister also did that, but she got selected for pharmacies, for the government. So she went for the pharmacy diploma training in Agartala while I stayed on, and I taught the school for about a year, and then went to another what do you call, KG schools in Infal. So excuse me, I just finished my class 10, in back home we call it matric. So after my matriculation, I went to teach the kindergarten in this school in Infal. I joined back in the mid-80s, and I was teaching for about 3 years, from class 2 to 4. I enjoyed, I was in my teens, and I really enjoyed teaching these kids. And for some people it may be difficult, but these kids loved me because I was I'm small size, but I love being with them because I was very active with them. I love to take the kids to the football ground and watch the local football matches after their class. I used to do private tuitions even at home and even at school. There were so many kids who were poor. Their moms, some of the moms were single moms. They were trying to give education to their kids despite their hardships. Some of them were vegetable vendors, but they really worked hard. And some of those students, I know, I also came from a hard, difficult background, so I gave them free tuitions to these kids because I loved them, and it was fun. It made me happy to, out of the maybe 6-7 students that I was doing tuition, 3 or 4 were from these poor backgrounds. The fathers were alcoholic and beat up the mothers. That time I was not very aware, but these kids told me stories, and I enjoyed. And these kids are now, maybe they're in their 30s, I don't know. I enjoyed. That's my story up to the high school I finished, and then I taught in this KG school for 3-4 years, and then I applied because I was very much interested in nursing, and I joined Assam Jorhat Christian Medical Center for the nursing school. At that time it was free. Only thing is you have to sign a bond to work for 2 years after your training. And in the meantime, while I was teaching in this KG school, I attended morning colleges, a liberal morning college. So from morning till about 9, I attended this morning college, and so in that way I finished my pre-university course, and then I applied for this nursing school. They require 12 plus pass students, so I got accepted into this nursing school. Excuse me. So that's how I got into the nursing school, and I stayed in Assam for 6 years in Jorhat. I love it. That was a totally different experience for me. Staying away from home, I learned to be, to be able to manage time and stay in a hostel and be staying among different people from different backgrounds, and I learned a lot. That's how I came to know so many people in the Jorhat Christian Medical Center, Christian Pati Mission Compound, families of the people who worked in the hospital and the staff. That's how I came to know so many people. It enriched me very, very much, and that's how I learned. That's where I learned to speak Assamese and start eating Tamil and masala. I even, you all know I love to travel. So whenever some of our juniors they went home for their vacation, I would also coordinate my off time and follow them to their village to see and know how they live and what they do and what they eat. I'm very glad I went to some of the places like in Digboy, in Sipsagar, and Golaghat, and some other places. I'm really thankful for all those rich experience. My mom would tell me, "My God, are you not scared?" I said, "No, ma'am, I'm not scared. There are people. What to be scared of?" That's how I learned to eat what you call in Assamese breakfast, doi and shira. Okay, that's my story up to Jorhat. Thank you.